Welcome to our new session, students. In today's class, we are actually continuing with the prose. Before that, I will show you a video. From this video, you will able to like recall what we have done in the previous class. You have to watch this video. I will demonstrate to you. Okay.
Chapter 9 The Fun They Had. Margie even wrote about it that night in her diary. On the page headed 17th May 2157, she wrote, "Today, Tommy found a real book." It was a very old book. Margie's grandfather once said that when he was a little boy, his grandfather told him that there was a time when all stories were printed on paper. They turned the pages, which were yellow and crinkly, and it was awfully funny to read words that stood still instead of moving the way they were supposed to on a screen. And then, when they turned back to the page before, it had the same words on it that it had had when they read it the first time. "Where did you find it?" Margie said.
"In my house."
Tommy pointed without looking because he was busy reading.
"In the attic."
"What's it about?"
"School."
Margie was scornful. "School? What's there to write about school? I hate school." Margie had always hated school, but now she hated it more than ever. The mechanical teacher had been giving her test after test in geography, and she had been doing worse and worse until her mother had shaken her head sorrowfully and sent for the county inspector. He was a round little man with a red face and a whole box of tools with dials and wires. He took the teacher apart. After an hour or so, he put it together again, and once more it became the big screen on which all the lessons were shown and the questions were asked. The part Margie hated most was the slot where she had to put homework and test papers. She always had to write them out in a punch code they made her learn when she was 6 years old, and the
So I think from this video, you will now you are able to recall the story, okay, students. I will read this passage to you. So she said to Tommy, "Why would anyone write about school?" Tommy looked at her with very superior eyes because it's not our kind of school, stupid. This is the all kind of school that they had hundreds and hundreds of years ago. He added loftily, pronouncing the word carefully, century ago. Okay, students, in this you can see the meaning of lawfully is in a superior way. Okay, then let us discuss the very the passage that is actually she was confused. Who, students? Margie was confused that why anyone needs to write about school, because for her the school is all about e-content, e-materials, and all about the computer. Why they are writing about the school? She don't know what is the content in that, and she is asking her confusion to Tommy, and Tommy is actually saying in a superior eyes, which means actually she is sorry, Tommy is elder than Margie. In his case, he was like he knows everything. So he said that because it is not about our school, and it is all about the old school, and it is very entirely different from our school of things. Okay, so students, in this passage here you can see actually Tommy is saying it is about hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Okay, so it is very different from our school. Our school is like what? Tommy's and Margie's school like what, students? It is all about the computer. But in the old school, they had a teacher, they had a system, and they have a physical environment also. So Tommy is actually explaining these things to Margie, and the next passage you can see what they are discussing all about. Okay, so before that, you have to tell me about this thing. Is that loftily is a synonym for superior way? Do you know, students? Is that loftily is a synonym? Yes, it is a synonym that is used to give the meaning of superior way. And here I have like give a small description about synonym. What is a synonym, students? Which means a word or phrase that means exactly or nearly the same as another word or phrase in the same language. For example, shut is a synonym for close. So synonym means what, students? It is actually used to give a same meaning. Okay, so it is actually used to give a another word for a correct meaning. And you have to tell me what is a synonym. So here also I have written a brief definition about synonym. So you have to read this and tell me what is a synonym. So a synonym is a word or phrase that means exactly or nearly the same as another word or phrase in the same language. For example, shut is an synonym for of close. So here I have given a good example, that is shut is actually used for giving the meaning of close. Okay, students, so synonym it is actually a word that is used to give a same meaning or similar meaning. Are you clear with this point, students? Yes, let's move on to the next slide, that is write some examples of synonym word. So you have to write some examples of synonym words here. And the next passage is Marky was hurt. Well, I don't know what kind of a school they had all that time ago. She read the book over his shoulder for a while, then said, anyway, they had a teacher. Sure, they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher. It was a man. A man? How could a man be a teacher? Well, he just told the boys, girls, things and gave them homework and asked them questions. So here means regular means what, students? Normal. So in this passage what you can observe, students, actually Margie is reading the book, and she is very curious to know more about the school. So once she started the reading, she got to know that uh, they had a teacher in the old school. They had a teacher, and she realized that that was a man teacher. And for them, they are saying uh, regular or normal teacher means for them it is mechanical teacher, but here they found that this is a human teacher. So she is again surprised, and she is asking that how can be a man, or how could be a man become a teacher. So Tommy is saying it is just a teacher, and a human teacher, they will provide homework, they will divide boys and girls, and they will assign works also. So he is explaining the thing to Margie, but again she had no idea about the real school. Okay, students, so is that the previous paragraph is a conversation type? Do you know what is the meaning of conversation? So you have to tell me, or you have to answer for these questions. And here I will give you a poll. So you have to tell me fostering means what? safeguarding, neglecting, ignoring, nurturing. And massive means lump sum, strong, little, gapping, huge. So tell me. So students, in this slide you can see there is a conversation between Tommy and Margie. So for this I will read or I will make a conversation. This is a book. I have only seen digital ones. I should show Margie. Hey Margie, look what I found. It's a book in my attic. Tommy, where did you find it? School. What is it about? School? I hate the school. I can fix your instructors, but I have to take it apart. I wish you didn't know how to put it back together. I dislike school. This school is different. Many kind kids went to one class with one teacher. Hmm, that's weird. It is completely different. If you don't like the book, I can stop reading. I never said that I didn't like it. So, this is how the story is going, students. So, I think you are able to recall the things now. Then, in the passage, we can see a man isn't smart enough. Sure, he is. My father knows as much as my teacher. He can't. A man can't know as much as teacher. He knows almost as much, I betcha. Margie wasn't prepared to dispute that. She said, I wouldn't want a strange man in my house to teach me. Tommy screamed with laughter. You don't know much, Margie. The teacher didn't live in the house. So, students, here you can see they are discussing about the real teacher, which means human teacher. Okay, so before that I will tell you the meaning of betcha. It is actually used for like informal situations. It means I bet you, and in fast pitch means I'm sure. Okay, I'm sure. Then dispute means disagree with. Okay, so they are actually, we can say, they are actually dealing with a debate, and they are saying about the teacher. And Margie is saying that her father knows everything about the teacher, and she don't think the teacher can make a good like lesson, and human teacher cannot give a good lesson because she or he can be like very less knowledge. But Tommy is saying they are very like this is not strange, because in the previous school or in the old school they used human teacher only. Okay students, in this passage that is all about. And Tommy is actually laughing about the stupidity of Margie. And he is again mentioning that you don't know much. Okay Margie, the teacher didn't live in the house. And Margie thought that teacher will live in the house, but Tommy is clearing that the teacher didn't live in the house like your mechanical teacher. They will actually teach you from the school only. Okay, so I betcha is a informal word. So you have to tell me what is a informal word. Yes students, so you can think and answer this question. So you have to write a informal word here, and you have to write a formal word here. So this is a question for you. What is a storyboard? Which means what, students? In this we have, I have demonstrate a storyboard. So it is a small sketch representing a story. Okay, are you clear with this, students? Then, according to Margie, in older time the school were big, brown, funny, stupid. What was that? Funny. Okay, then here I can show you one thing. You have to tell me the difference between these two pictures. What is this and what is this? So here you can see a physical classroom or physical school kind of school, and here you can see digital one. So what is the main difference between these kind of a school? So here you can like physically interact with each other, but in this we have actually dealing with the virtual things. Okay, right now also we are using virtual like applications, or we can say virtual platform. So in this, student is sitting in his home, and he is communicating with his teacher, and he is studying. Okay, but in this environment you can see there is a building is there, and they are going to school, and there is everything is physical. Okay, so there is no abstract thing, everything is concrete, but he is actually studying in an abstract way. Okay, and he's connecting through the internet only. So that is the main difference of these two schools. So tell me how these pictures are connected with our story. Yes. Also, students, the story is all about the system of school, and they are comparing the old school with what? New school. New school means future school. So they are comparing these two things. So in this, we can say they had a special building, and all the kids went there, and all the kids learned the same thing. Sure, if they were the same age. So here also Marky and Tommy continuing with their discussion, and they are saying actually in the old school they have a special building for the all kids, and they have learned same thing. So if they are in a same age, they will definitely learn the same things only. Okay, and then, but my mother says a teacher has to be adjusted to fit the mind of each boy and girl. It teaches, and that each kids has to be taught differently. Just the same they didn't do it's that way then. Okay, if you don't like it, you don't have to read the book. I didn't say I didn't like it, Margie said quickly. She wanted to read about those funny schools. So again, Tommy is saying, if you are not interested about this school, or about this book, you just leave it. Don't read it again. But Margie is saying it is all about fun. So I want to read more. I want to know more about the old school. And they are actually discussing that actually they will not, sorry, then teachers will not what taught taught the similar things to each child. They will also consider the different abilities of students, and they will assign like different tasks to them for like by considering all the like level. Okay, so here also you can see, and but my mother says a teacher has to be adjusted to fit mind of each boy and girl. It teaches, and that each kid has to be taught differently. So what is this sentence is trying to portray? Do children have different learning style? You have to answer for this question. Okay, students. Then the recapitulation part. In today's class, we have discussed about the story, the fun they had, and we have understood what they are doing, and how the old school is comparing with their future school. So you have to tell me what is a synonym, whose father knew as much as teacher, and why did Margie find the old schools interesting. So this is a homework for you. What appeals to Margie about the school from a century ago? What picture of the future does the fun they had paint? So thank you for joining this class, students. Thank you so much.